or people that don't fit the school system. But they're brilliant just outside. They're brilliant entrepreneurs, but they do not fit the school system. Or they don't fit the career. They hang in the career to produce income and to nurture, to build a family, but then they're burned out in their 40s.
Behind the practice.
Welcome back to this week's episode of Behind the Practice. I'm sitting down today with Otto Siegel. And Otto, I'm so excited to hear your story and what led you to your path of health and wellness. So let's start there. Tell me a little bit about you and what took you down this path.
Wonderful. In my past life, I was a high school teacher in Germany for 7 years, and 7 years in Sao Paulo, Brazil. So, and then afterward, I had a crisis and pivoted completely, went into coaching, became a genius coach, and now I extended into longevity coaching. The key factor was in 1990, I got in touch with unlimited lifespans. We had a speaker from Scottsdale, Arizona, coming to Munich, 3 speakers actually, did a seminar over the weekend about physical immortality. First, I was very skeptic. But then I said, well, I don't need a new movement in my life, I don't need a guru in my life. It was nothing like that. Because Bernie, the founder of that, she said, well, let's make it very simple. In 1900, life expectancy in US was 47.
What? 47 years old?
47 years old.
Man.
And now we're about 76, 78, depending on what you live. Why do we stop? Is it against the law of nature? Is it against any law of physics to go longer? Of course, in a healthy body. And then I said, sign me up. I don't want to die. I want to have so much fun that I forget to die. So long story short, I moved to Scottsdale, Arizona, where the headquarters is, and be part of this growing community that expands physical mortality and longevity.
Wow. So I'm sure that a lot of people, when you said, I'm going to go all in on this, I'm moving to Scottsdale, I'm going all in on health and longevity, they probably looked at you a little side-eyed and, and said, you're doing what now?
Oh my God. My family didn't talk to me for 7 years. It was severe.
Like, Otto's lost his mind.
He lost his mind. He lost it to an American, movement, whatever you name it. I said, yeah, wait and see.
Well, in Scottsdale, you live in beautiful Scottsdale now, and this is where you said the headquarters is.
Yes.
So not only did you just say, I'm not going to be a life coach, I'm going to be a longevity coach, and I'm going to where the headquarters are. I want to be in the middle of where the movement is happening.
Exactly.
So talk to us a little bit about that.
Actually, I want to be a co-creator of this movement because if it's grassroots, let's face it, it has never been done in human history. People are always just contented with dying. Now, a serious amount of people question that. And then I found out what the major hiccup is, or the major holdup is, the mindset. I see all these great supplements, these great techniques, but is that for me or not? Am I worthy enough to do that?
Yeah.
So it became a serious issue about the inner game of longevity, I call it. That's what I coach people on.
Can't stop it.
Can you adjust your mindset to open up, to see yourself with a lifelong experience, which is valuable at any age, can be repackaged into you being a consultant, for example, and move on.
Yeah.
And that's what I do with my clients. And then they embrace all the techniques, all the supplements, and all the people who are involved in longevity.
So you've really combined your two passions.
Yeah.
So you talk about something that you call the brilliant misfits.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. What does that term really mean?
That means people of all walks of life and all ages who just don't fit. They have lots.
Like people that leave Germany after hearing a session and move to Scottsdale.
Exactly. They're misfit. Or people that don't fit the school system. But they're brilliant just outside. They're brilliant entrepreneurs, but they do not fit the school system. Or they don't fit the career. They hang in the career to produce income and to nurture, to build a family, but then they're burned out in their 40s. Then what? And that means they're misfit again. Now they need to repackage themselves, find a deeper meaning in their own lives, and then pass it on. Yeah. So those are brilliant misfits. And they're all sensitive and ready to grow.
Now, you said before that you were a high school teacher back in Germany. Mm-hmm. How do you think that plays into what you're doing now?
First of all, the public speaking, also the sense for groups, because already as a high school teacher, when I take over a new class in the beginning of a school year, I made it the point for me to figure out quickly who are the smart ones. Mm-hmm. They're either very quiet, or they have ADHD or OCD or anxiety attacks, something like that.
Yeah.
And I pick them up after class. Then, what do you really feel? Do you want to know? Yes, I want to know. And then, sure enough, we build a little class around it for brilliant misfits. Kids have learning difficulties, but they're super smart. Parent-teacher day coming around, the parent walks into my office and says, don't talk to me about grades. What do you do with these kids? Can my daughter come too because she's so depressed? That was the root for my business.
So talk to us a little bit about the Genius Profile.
A Genius Profile measures actually human brilliance. Normally we only know IQ testing. IQ measures only two qualities, the logical, mathematical, and linguistic. The true basics. The entire school system is based on that, still is. IQ testing was invented in 1906.
That's pretty up to date then.
A little bit outdated, just a little bit, maybe like Windows 97 or so.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine still like trying to run your business on a Windows 97 or doing DOS commands?
Exactly. So that's my point. And that's why the Brilliant Misfits on the increase. And I like to help them.
So what role does play in somatic learning play into your coaching approach?
My coaching approach is a shortcut. Because instead of reading tons of books and going through seminars and collect all this knowledge and experience over time, you take your own life experience as a learning tool. What did I learn? What did I make mistakes? What did I fall flat on my face and got myself back up again? These are the learning tools to draw from. And they're customized right there. And then we bank on the fact that there is a true genius in everyone. Einstein said that. He knew what he was talking about.
Yeah.
It's available at any age.
So I love that you combine mindset with longevity, that you need to have you have to be in the right frame of mind before you can really take on this next phase of a longer life. So why do you think that is so important?
Because who makes the decision in your life? Is it me or is it somebody else? The circumstances. Is it my urge to blend into society, to not stick out? Or do you have the guts, the courage to stand out with who I am? That's not for everybody. And people need hand-holding and support in this process. Just stepping out and owning who I really am. Discovering who I really am. First of all, being curious about it, and then doing something about it.
So what do you think stops people from living, their second birthday?
Habits, ingrained things. Don't want to disappoint my kids. Don't want to disappoint my grandkids. The shoulds. Yeah. And the friends that are well-meaning but a lower level life. You don't have the guts to step up to a higher quality of life because you lose these friends, and that's true.
Yeah.
You need to find new friends on a higher level. So those are real mentally and emotionally challenging tasks to do, but they're so worth it.
Yeah. What's a mistake that you see some high-profile people making with their lives that's holding them back?
They think there's only one way to do that, and it's not.
Yeah.
It's an individual, unique way to do that. Everybody has a unique background, everybody has a unique fingerprint, which means they go back to their own experience and then extrapolate that. Instead of taking input from the outside, okay, this sounds even better than my own solution. And then we combine that. It's a we experience. It's absolutely a team experience because one knowledge of one person alone is not enough.
If someone's listening right now and they're saying, I want to unlock my genius, I want to have a longer life, I want what they're talking about, what is the first step that they can take?
They can go to geniuscoaching.com, scroll down on our homepage and do the Genius Challenge quiz. Then they know exactly what that is. And then they go over to the services page and then they find 5 services depending on the age group. One of them is longevity coaching. That might resonate the most with them. And then just take it from there.
So let's just imagine 5-10 years from now, what are people saying about Genius Coaching?
I'm so glad I found it. I'm so glad I didn't try any medication before that. I'm so glad I stopped my therapy because it didn't work anymore. I outlived it, was nothing wrong at that time. I'm so glad somebody showed me my way to go.
Well, Otto, this has been such a great conversation. We already talked about the website. Share the website one more time. How can people get in touch with you?
The easiest way is geniuscoaching.com and take the Genius quiz, look at the longevity page, watch the videos, and enjoy.
Well, thank you so much, Otto, for joining me on this week's episode of Behind the Practice. This has been such a great conversation.
Behind the Practice is produced by Next Step Social and Podcasting and hosted by Katie Brinkley and Sean Quintero. A special thank you to our guests today. This episode was recorded live at the Boston BioLife Functional Longevity Summit. A special thank you to the team that helped make this podcast happen.